Disconnection. What is disconnection? Disconnection is a practice within Scientology where members are required to cut off all contact with anyone deemed antagonistic to the organization, typically labeled a suppressive person, SP. This policy is enforced as a means of protecting the group from negative influences and dissent. Members who fail to disconnect risk being declared SPs themselves, resulting in their own social and familial isolation. The consequences of disconnection can be devastating, leading to the breakdown of families, loss of employment, and complete social isolation. It is a tool for maintaining control and loyalty within Scientology by ensuring members do not associate with critics or questioners. Despite being framed as a choice, failure to disconnect comes with severe repercussions, making it a coercive policy in practice. What is a suppressive person, SP? A suppressive person, or SP, is defined by Scientology as an individual who poses a threat to the organization by opposing or criticizing its teachings and practices. This label is often applied broadly, encompassing not only outspoken critics but also those who associate with them. Interaction with SPs is strictly forbidden, and members must sever all ties with anyone declared suppressive, even family members, close friends, or business associates. Scientology teaches that SPs are trapped in past incidents and seek to suppress others' spiritual progress. This concept acts as a psychological tool, isolating members from critical viewpoints while rationalizing away any failures in Scientology's promises of spiritual gains. In essence, SPs and disconnection serve as mechanisms to shield Scientology from criticism, regardless of its validity, and to provide a convenient scapegoat when members fail to achieve promised gains. If progress isn't made, Scientology can attribute the lack of results to the influence of an SP, deflecting blame from the organization itself. What is a suppressive act? Suppressive acts, referred to as high crimes within Scientology, are actions deemed hostile to the organization or its members. These acts are considered attempts to harm Scientology or impede the spiritual progress of Scientologists' members. Suppressive acts include public criticism of Scientology or its leaders, reporting Scientology or its members to civil authorities, filing lawsuits against Scientology, maintaining relationships with SPs, demanding refunds for donations or services, associating with individuals declared suppressive. Committing a suppressive act often leads to the individual being labeled an SP, triggering mandatory disconnection and further isolation. This ensures that dissent is silenced and that members are deterred from questioning or challenging the organization. How disconnection and suppressive acts work together. Disconnection is the mechanism by which Scientology enforces its policies on SPs and suppressive acts. Once a person is declared an SP for committing a suppressive act, all members are required to disconnect from them. Failing to disconnect is itself considered a suppressive act, creating a cycle of social isolation and enforced loyalty. The policy extends beyond direct criticism of Scientology. Members have been ordered to disconnect from individuals due to social media activity, casual associations, or even perceived disapproval of the organization. Disconnection has torn families apart, with parents, children, and spouses forced to sever ties under threat of being labeled suppressive themselves. In extreme cases, even non-members have been pressured to disconnect from SPs, to avoid harassment or loss of relationships with Scientology members. What is a potential trouble source, PTS? A potential trouble source, PTS, is someone connected to an SP, which Scientology teaches causes instability or failure in their life. If a member experiences setbacks such as illness, mistakes, or a lack of progress in auditing, they may be labeled PTS. Scientology doctrine claims that these issues arise because of the individual's connection to an SP, as Scientology is considered to work perfectly and any failure must stem from external suppression. PTS individuals are pressured to handle the SP in their life by resolving the issue or disconnecting entirely. This process ensures members remain isolated from critics and reinforces their dependence on the organization. Is disconnection enforced by Scientology? The answer is unequivocally yes. While Scientology presents disconnection as a personal choice, it is a choice laden with coercion. Members who refuse to disconnect are declared SPs, leading to their own ostracization. This creates an implicit threat: comply or face total social and familial isolation. Disconnection operates as a control mechanism, ensuring that members remain loyal to Scientology by isolating them from external influences and critics. The fear of being labeled an SP and losing one's entire support system leaves members feeling they have no genuine choice but to obey, further tightening Scientology's hold over their lives. Conclusion: disconnection, along with the concepts of SPs, suppressive acts, and PTS, forms a core strategy of control within Scientology. These policies create an environment where loyalty to the organization supersedes personal relationships and dissent is punished through social isolation. By enforcing these practices, Scientology ensures that members remain dependent on the group and resistant to external criticism, perpetuating its influence and control over their lives.